Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Tanks, and welcome yet to another video on the channel. As you can see, there's only one thing that actually stops me this game from winning, and that is I forgot to resupply my standard ammunition. Yeah, I didn't notice this until the very end of the game, but considering I still got... The damage potential in this is like 10k, which is insane. Yeah, that's the only thing that stops me, and so I kind of just play around and, just kind of laugh at myself, and I really just didn't try at that point once I realized it. But nevertheless, this is still a great game. As you can see, we are top tier, this map, not exactly the greatest. A lot of people don't like it just because of the layout and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a pain to play, especially for, it's kind of compacted and it's just a little bit awkward to play, especially for heavy tanks. You really have to have the turret armor and you really have to have the gun depression, which this tank does have, so playing this map isn't too bad. As you can see, I am platooning with a good friend of mine. His name is Captain Riker. He is deciding to snipe in the T-28 because he does get gold spammed a lot, and I felt like he was just going to be in the way a little bit from it because, he's a fairly newer player, but he wanted to snipe, so I said go for it as long as you're supportive, and he does a great job of doing that. So yeah, Airfield, definitely not my favorite map. There is actually a spot I'd like to go to up at A8 roughly, where if I'm playing an EBR or a Barask, I just quickly run up there, and believe it or not, on this map, Dratz was in artillery in another game, and I played the EBR 105, and I managed to get 6k spotting thanks to Dratz. Dratz actually, I'll never forget it. He pretty much one-shotted an IS-32. He took off 1,400 off of him. The IS-32 did lose a little bit of hit points before then, but it was just those are the moments you guys treasure. Always take those moments and just appreciate them because they don't happen that often. That's for sure. As you can see, me and this, I really can't tell, guys. It's so small when I edit this video, but me and this guy here are just chilling. We're trying to just farm some damage and pump some up. The VK, unfortunately, he kind of dies sooner, and I noticed that my rear is no longer covered, and thankfully I turned around just in time just to face these guys, and I get some very lucky bounces, and I'm able to outtrade these guys pretty easily. The rate of fire and the DPM on this tank is pretty awesome. Again, it's not really a tank that you should use for... you should always go hull down if possible because of its soft turret, or not soft turret, it's soft hull, I'm sorry. And I'd probably definitely say this is my favorite tank. Currently, it is at roughly 87%, so I am going to attempt to 3-mark it, but I've taken a break from marking tanks because I'm actually currently grinding for the T30. And you guys know that I'm close to 2-marking the 95 as well, but the 95, again, I just took a break. I just got tired of it, and, just trying to mark it, I took a break from it, which I thought was probably the best decision to do, and I'm roughly 700,000 credits away from the prototype from the T-28. Anyway, back to this replay. So Riker pretty much just keeps them off my front there on the left, and when I have to turn around like I am now, then I can deal with these guys while Riker takes out the other guys that are pushing me from behind. Some of my allies do distract them, and they do help me, and that T-29 dies. But yeah, I think this is my highest damage game in this tank, actually. I'm not going to spoil it, but it is a good amount. And I was very pleased with this battle. We really couldn't do a whole lot considering at the end here, you'll see that I have, I actually shoot on purpose. I misfire on purpose because I want to shoot through my left barrel than my right, because when you're side scraping on the left, it's really awkward, and you really have to over angle, and you really can't do that in this tank, at least not very well. And so, yeah, I didn't notice that until afterwards. I'm like, oh, I wonder what shell type I'm shooting, and then I'm like, doggone it, I mean, Yeah, and at that point, it just kind of just goes downhill from there. But I'm still trying because I've still got a few shots left. At this point I haven't noticed it. I think it was right before the charioteer comes up, which you guys will see. And I'm just pumping shots as much as I can into everyone that comes in. That's what makes this tank. That's one reason I love this tank is the turret armor's decent for its same tier. Obviously, you can't really go hold down that well, regardless against tier 9s and 10s that are spamming Premo. However, it is good when you're same tiers or lower tiers, and yeah, I'm taking some kind of unnecessary hits there. I was being perma-tracked, and thankfully the team is helping. Riker was able to shut that guy down. But yeah, for double barrels, I think that this map is decent for it because of the turret armor, and again because of the gun depression. They have some of the best gun depression out of all the Soviet heavies. I don't know about the mediums though. I don't know. I think the mediums are probably slightly better, or if not the same. But like I said, this is probably my favorite tank, mainly because of the rate of fire. The alpha is not that great per shot. It's an IS-2 too. They're only 100mm guns, so I'm not going to expect it to, do a lot of damage. But like I said, on my second or third ace, or no, my second ace that you guys saw on this tank, I was on the highway and I managed to lock down a Tiger P who wasn't able to shoot me because he was poking front at a 45-degree angle rather than side scraping, and I was able to lock him down and finish him. That's also a very that's also something that I like doing a lot in this tank, and it is something that that makes this heavy tank a little bit different. Mediums, it's a little bit trickier just because they have a little bit better maneuverability, but if it's lower tier heavy, you can just bully them. I mean, it is so much fun. This definitely, I would say, is not probably one of the worst heavies in tier 8, if you ask me. However, I do enjoy this tank more than I enjoy the 703 because of that rate of fire and because of the better gun depression. That's pretty much why I like this tank over the 703. But when it comes to armor and being a true heavy, the 703 definitely has that. Also, one thing I'd like to mention too, the 703, at least mine, because I do have vertical stabilizer on it. I do have, I forgot my exact equipment setup. I believe I have vents, V-stabs, and improved rotation mechanism on my 703, and on this tank I believe as well I have that exact same setup. I might be a little bit different. Actually, I think I might have V-stabs instead of on this. Yeah, I think I have V-stabs actually. I did have turbo on this, but I decided to take it off, and I found that, actually I put hardening on this tank just to make the tracks a little bit more durable, because if you make a mistake, then the extra repair speed and stuff helps, and it kind of gives it a little bit better fight against artillery, because they can't necessarily pen you as easy with high explosive because of that hardening. So yeah, I believe I have vents, IRM, and a hardening on this tank. The 703, I don't remember. I believe I want to say that it's vents and V-stabs and probably IRM is what I have on the 703, I believe. So yeah, at this point in the battle, I'm just focusing on trying to stay alive as long as I can. Again, we don't win this because the team just gets fallen apart, and mainly because I run out of ammo. If only I had more ammo, guys, I would have had an ace this game. Or no, I did have an ace this game, but I would have had probably, oh gosh, maybe 6K. I don't know if I would have gotten that high, but there's always the possibility of that. But when the charioteer comes and I notice the ammo, I'm like, man, just at this point, I really can't do anything. I'm low hit points. I really can't ram kill anybody because of my soft hull. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I would have been able to do something different other than what I'm doing? Or do you think that I could have been maybe a scout? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But from the situation was and what I was thinking when I played this battle, those were the thoughts going through my head. Anyway, the double-barreled line itself, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know about it, but, you know, for those of you who play Blitz, it's just another... It's basically the IS-22, the IS-32, which is pretty much an IS-3, but with an extended hull and stuff. Same thing with the IS-22 here, as you see. And then the ST2 is pretty much literally the exact same as the ST1. The only difference is that the cupola on the ST2 is bigger, and it has a lot bigger of a gun mantlet, that because, you know, it has 2 barrels instead of 1. That's pretty much the difference. Even though the ST1's a tier 9, you know, it's got a little bit of a it's got a little bit more of a flatter turret, I think, than the ST2 has on the sides. I could be wrong about that, but other than that, they are almost identical. I think the hull is slightly different design too, but you guys get the concept here. So yeah, at this point, you know, I'm trying to help keep my teammates alive as long as I can, and you know, just trying my best. And yeah, I'm almost out of gold rounds here. I feel that yeah, look at that. So the high explosive comms now, and yeah, as you guys can see, I'm kind of just messing around with this guy. You know, I'm not really taking it seriously. I'm just trying to get some damage. A very unfortunate shot there. I should have aimed, but you know, what more can you do? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would have turned around, or if the charioteer didn't push me, I would have been able to lock. I should have tried to lock him down if I had extra ammo. What I would have done is I would have tried to lock him down like I did the Tiger Porsche on a highway, and I would have just been able to farm him. Although he might have probably just spammed HE at me. And the last remaining guy in my platoon, Tom, he's not the greatest of players. He's a very nice guy though. He's awesome, very fun to talk to. He's got a great sense of humor as well. But yeah, I'm kind of just trying to help him, guide him of what to do. And yeah, as you can see, he's not exactly the greatest of players, but he is a great guy to be around, and he's awesome. But yeah, he loves his super Pershing. And the charioteer does take him out, unfortunately. But again, there's really not much I could have done there. Nevertheless, guys, I'm very happy the way that this ended. We got a high caliber and a Confederate and a mastery badge with just over 5,000 damage and only 900 base XP. But again, because of those 2 special medals that we got of the Spartan medal, or not the Spartan medals, but the I forget what they're called. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you all later. I hope you all are doing well, and yeah, see you in the next one.